A harbor town. On the rugged coastline where the land met the sea, there stood a picturesque harbor town named Haven Port. Nestled between rolling hills and the embrace of the deep blue ocean, Haven Port exuded a timeless charm that echoed with the whispers of maritime tales and the rustle of sails in the salty breeze. The heart of Haven Port was its bustling harbor, a lively mosaic of fishing boats, sailboats, and cargo ships that bobbed gently on the undulating waters. The harbor, with its wooden piers and weathered docks, told stories of seafaring adventures, trade routes that spanned distant horizons, and the ebb and flow of life tethered to the rhythmic pulse of the tides. At the crack of dawn, the harbor awakened with a symphony of sounds. Seagulls, with their distinctive cries, circled overhead, while the melodious chime of ship bells marked the departure of vessels setting sail for the day's catch or distant shores. Fishermen, their faces etched with the wisdom of the sea, prepared their boats for the day's journey, their nets and traps glistening with the promise of a bountiful harvest. The scent of salt water and the tang of fresh fish permeated the air as the town slowly roused from slumber. Quaint cottages with colorful shutters lined the narrow streets that wound their way from the harbor into the heart of Haven Port. The inhabitants, a close-knit community bound by a shared love for the sea, greeted each other with nods and smiles, their lives intertwined with the maritime rhythm that defined the town. The town square, adorned with a statue of a weathered sea captain, served as a meeting point for locals and visitors alike. Fishermen gathered to exchange tales of the day's catch, merchants peddled their wares, and children played along the cobblestone streets, their laughter harmonizing with the gentle lapping of the waves against the shore. Haven Port's charm extended beyond its maritime activities. Quaint cafes with wooden decks overlooked the harbor, offering a front-row seat to the daily ballet of boats gliding in and out. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and the tantalizing scent of seafood dishes wafted through the air, inviting passers-by to indulge in the simple pleasures of coastal living. One iconic establishment, the Harbour Inn, stood as a beacon of hospitality. Its weather-beaten facade and welcoming glow drew in travelers seeking respite from the journey. The inn, run by the jovial innkeeper, Maggie O'Malley, was a haven for weary sailors, artists seeking inspiration from the sea, and those simply enchanted by the allure of Haven Port. The town's maritime history was preserved in the Haven Port Maritime Museum, an imposing structure with tall masts and a replica ship's wheel at its entrance. The museum showcased artifacts, models of historic vessels, and the captivating tales of daring maritime adventures that had shaped the town's identity over the centuries. As the day waned and the sun dipped below the horizon, Haven Port underwent a transformation. The harbor, now aglow with the warm hues of sunset, became a canvas painted with vibrant oranges, pinks, and purples. The lighthouse at the harbor's entrance cast its guiding beam across the darkening waters, a silent sentinel watching over ships returning to the safety of Haven Port. Evenings in Haven Port were a celebration of community. The seafood restaurants along the waterfront buzzed with activity, their outdoor patios filled with patrons savoring the day's catch. The aroma of grilled fish mingled with the crisp sea air, creating an intoxicating blend that lured locals and tourists alike. Folk musicians strummed guitars and sang sea shanties at the local tavern, where sailors, fishermen, and townsfolk gathered to share stories over mugs of frothy ale. The air resonated with the hearty laughter and the spirited tunes that spoke of the town's deep connection to the sea. The annual Fishermen's Regatta, a spectacle of sailboats racing against the backdrop of the rugged cliffs, brought an air of festivity to the harbor. The blessing of the fleet, a centuries-old tradition, saw clergy members invoking protection for the town's seafarers and their vessels. Throughout the changing seasons, Haven Port remained a haven for those seeking solace, adventure, or the simple pleasures of coastal living. The harbor, with its timeless beauty, became a metaphor for life's ebb and flow, where the journey was as important as the destination. Generations of families, their roots intertwined with the maritime legacy of Haven Port, passed down stories of resilience, camaraderie, and the indomitable spirit that defined life in the harbor town. The cyclical nature of the tides mirrored the town's ability to weather storms, embrace change, and emerge stronger with each passing wave. As the moon cast its silvery glow on the tranquil waters, Haven Port slept, its harbor cradling dreams of new voyages and unexplored horizons. The lullaby of the sea, a timeless melody that echoed through the maritime history of the town, whispered promises of another day filled with the magic of Haven Port. A harbor town where the sea and its stories were woven into the very fabric of everyday life.